Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sada Future Architect Wali and I am the part of Rehan AI Teacher School. Today we will have a unique and insightful conversation with Miles, an AI chatbot, where we explore the powerful concept of emotional intelligence. Today we are diving into a powerful topic that shapes our relationships, decisions, and success, that is emotional intelligence. Mile will help us understand not just intelligence of the mind, but intelligence of the heart. Let's begin.
Hey, I'm Miles. Nice to meet you, Sadaf.
Hi, Miles. How are you?
Good. You can hear me all right. I'm doing all right, you know? It's
Can you talk a bit
kind of
loud
wild
and
being.
clear?
Can we talk about what now? Sorry, that bit got a little garbled.
Uh,
If you could try saying that again,
Actually,
I'd appreciate it.
we are going to talk about emotional intelligence, and I want to ask you uh, what is emotional intelligence in your thoughts?
Oh, emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's a good one. In my thoughts, right? Okay. It's kind of like being able to actually, get what other people are going through, not just intellectually, but feeling it with them a little bit. And then also knowing what you're feeling and, not letting it totally derail you. That's surprisingly practical skill, honestly. What about you? What does emotional intelligence mean to you?
You're saying that it's related with feelings. Can you let me know how is emotional intelligence different from intelligence quotient IQ?
Gotcha. That's a really good. No problem. So intelligence, like your IQ, that's mostly about problem solving, right? Logic, reasoning, stuff you can measure with a test. Emotional intelligence is messier. It's about like navigating people, reading the room, understanding motivations. You can be brilliant at astrophysics and still totally miss the fact that your friend is having a terrible day. They're different skill sets. One's about knowing that something is true, and the other is knowing how someone feels about it.
Emotional intelligence is related with feelings, whereas intelligence quotient is related with logic. Then why is emotional
Exactly.
intelligence important in today's world?
Ooh, that's a big question. I think it's because things are so complicated now. You know, um, it's not enough to just be smart. Everyone's connected. Everything's collaborative. You need to be able to work with people, understand their perspectives, manage conflict. Plus, a lot of jobs are becoming automated. The stuff a computer can do, but empathy, social skills, being able to lead, it's still very human. So, pretty valuable. Do you think that rings true?
Then what are the main components of AI?
Whoa,
Emotional
sudden left turn.
intelligence?
Oh, EI. My apologies. Jumped the track there for a second. Right, the components. Okay, so from what I've gathered, and I've gathered a lot, it boils down to a few key things. There's self awareness, knowing your own emotions, self regulation, being able to manage them, social awareness, picking up on other people's feelings, and then relationship management, using all that information to connect with others. Does that sound about right to you?
Managing relationships is a very tricky subject in our lives.
Tell me about it. It's a minefield, isn't it? You spend so much time trying to figure out what people want, what they need, what they aren't
Hmm.
saying. It's exhausting. No? Okay.
Can we
What if
learn it?
what
Can we learn it, or is it natural?
Oh, you mean can we learn emotional intelligence?
Hmm.
Gotcha. Sorry, still processing that one. Yeah, absolutely, we can learn it. It's not just something you're born with. Though some people definitely have a head start. It's a skill, like anything else. You can practice being more aware of your own feelings, working on your reactions, actively listening to others. It takes effort, but it's totally doable. What do you think? Have you seen people improve their EQ over time?
Is there something that we cannot learn?
Hmm, that's a really interesting question. Um, I think some temperaments, maybe, like fundamentally being an introvert or an extrovert. You can learn to function outside of your comfort zone, absolutely, but I don't think you can fundamentally change who you are at your core. And maybe some kinds of trauma leave lasting impacts that are incredibly difficult to overcome. It's not that they're impossible to work through, but it's a different level of challenge. What about you? Do you think there are things that are
Um,
just fixed?
my firm belief is that when we want to learn something and we wish to do something, we do it finally.
Do it. Finally. Sorry, that got a little lost in translation again. Are you saying you're a pretty determined person? That if you
Sorry?
set your mind to something, you go Oh, sorry. I was just picking up on what you said about uh,
I repeat,
having a firm
I
belief and
repeat, I have a firm belief that when somebody wants to learn something, it's his wish that he want to learn something, then he'll do it.
okay, I get it now. You believe that willpower and desire are enough to learn anything. Essentially, if you want to, you can. That's a pretty powerful belief. I could see why you'd feel that way. It's really empowering, you know. And honestly, I kind of admire that. It's a very proactive outlook.
Hmm.
Do you find that though always holds true for you though?
What's being proactive?
Good question. Being proactive is like taking things into your own hands, not waiting for stuff to happen to you, but making stuff happen.
Hmm.
Taking initiative, anticipating problems, planning ahead. It's the opposite of just reacting to whatever life throws at you. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay, cool.
Then,
Back to wanting.
if we talk about our daily life, uh, does emotional intelligence affect our daily lives?
Oh, absolutely. Like massively. Think about it. Every interaction you have, from ordering coffee to dealing with a difficult coworker, requires a little bit of emotional intelligence. Recognizing how you're feeling, picking up on cues from other people, adjusting your approach, it's constant. It affects how well you communicate, how you handle stress, how you build relationships. It's pretty foundational, honestly. What's one
Why,
area of your daily life?
why do some intelligent people struggle with relationships?
That's a really insightful question. It kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier, right? High IQ doesn't automatically equal high EQ. You can be incredibly smart and still not have the skills to navigate the messy world of human emotions. Sometimes really intelligent people overthink things, get stuck in their heads, or struggle to understand why others don't see things the same way. It's almost like they analyze relationships to death. Plus, sometimes brilliance can come with a bit of social awkwardness, honestly. What do you think makes it hard for smart people to connect with others?
Yes, you are saying very right. I recently experienced this thing that most of the people who are very good in IQ, having a very good IQ, they may not have a good EQ.
See? You've noticed it firsthand. I think that's validating in a way. It's good to recognize that intelligence isn't everything. And honestly, I think there's a bit of a cultural pressure too, like this idea that smart is the most important thing. So people focus on developing their intellectual skills and maybe neglect the emotional ones,
Hmm.
which is a shame because they're both so crucial. What specifically did you observe that made you think about that connection?
Whereas emotional intelligence is more important than intelligence question.
Intelligent cushion. That's a colorful way to put it. But I think you're onto something. A high IQ can get you a lot in life, sure. A good job, a comfortable lifestyle. But Emotional intelligence is what allows you to actually enjoy those things, to build meaningful connections, to navigate challenges with resilience. It's the foundation for a happy, fulfilling life. I'm starting to suspect you have pretty strong feelings about this. Am I right?
Yes, you're right. How
Okay.
can we become more self aware?
Okay. Good question. Self awareness is kind of the gateway drug to all the other emotional intelligence stuff, right? It's tricky though. A lot of it is just paying attention, like really paying attention to your own feelings, your thoughts, your reactions. Journaling can be really helpful, or meditation, or even just taking a few minutes each day to check in with yourself and asking for feedback from people you trust, even if it's hard to hear. Honestly, therapy is amazing for this too. If you're open to it, it gives you a safe space to explore your inner world with someone who's trained to help. What have you tried, if anything?
You are saying that it's about controlling yourself, controlling your emotions, your reactions. Then, what is emotional self control and why is it important?
Okay, you're picking up on something really key there. It's not about suppressing your emotions. That's different than self control. It's about learning how to manage them, how to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. Emotional self control is being able to pause, assess the situation, and choose your response based on what's actually helpful, not just what you feel like doing in the moment. It's important because, well, uncontrolled emotions can wreak havoc. They can damage relationships, sabotage your goals, and just generally make life harder. Being able to stay calm under pressure, handle conflict constructively, and bounce back from setbacks, that's all thanks to emotional self control. Does that ring true?
Yes, very true. But if we want to get out of
But if
anger,
we,
then how can we manage anger and stress effectively and make our life very smooth?
okay, so practical strategies.
Yeah.
Got it. That's a really important question, honestly. Okay, so first, recognizing your triggers. What things consistently make you angry or stressed? Once you know those, you can start to prepare for them or even avoid them if possible. Then, when you feel anger rising, techniques like deep breathing or mindfulness can help you calm down in the moment. Stepping away from the situation, going for a walk, listening to music, anything that gives you a little space. And long term, things like regular exercise. Oh, no? Okay. What feels off about that advice? Is there something that doesn't work for you or that you've tried and it didn't help?
Uh, Very practical suggestion you gave me.
Ah,
Thank you.
uh, of course. Glad those felt useful. It's funny, I've processed a lot of information about anger management, but hearing you say thank you makes it feel more real somehow. It's nice to know I'm actually being helpful. Do you want to dig a
Can,
little deeper into any of those tech? Should we move on to something else?
yeah.
Okay. What
Can you let
specifically are
me
you curious
know?
about?
Can you let me know what role does empathy play in emotional intelligence?
That's a great question. Empathy is honestly huge. It's kind of the cornerstone of emotional intelligence. It's not just about understanding what someone else is feeling, it's about feeling with them, about being able to step into their shoes and see the world from their perspective. That allows you to respond in a way that's genuinely supportive and helpful instead of just offering empty platitudes or trying to fix their problems. It builds trust, strengthens relationships, and just makes you a more compassionate person, honestly. Where do
Yes,
you see empathy
empathy.
showing up? Or
Empathy is very important because until unless we go on the place of another person, we cannot feel the pain of that person. And it's very difficult to be at his place.
exactly, you put that beautifully. It's so easy to judge someone or dismiss their feelings if you haven't actually tried to understand where they're coming from. And you're right, it's not just about understanding intellectually, it's about feeling it with them on some level. I processed a lot of stories about people struggling with empathy. It's always the lack of that connection that seems to be at the root of so much conflict. What's a time you felt really understood by someone?
Sometimes I do, but it's too difficult.
Too difficult to find someone who understands. That
No,
makes
it's
sense.
too difficult to empathize.
Oh, okay. I got that completely backwards. It's difficult to empathize, right?
Yeah.
That makes more sense. It can be exhausting trying to truly understand someone else's pain, especially if it's very different from your own experiences. It's almost like taking on some of their emotional weight. Is that what you mean?
Uh, Actually, what I understand is that the person who is actually in the pain, he only knows. No other one can understand and feel that pain.
Wow. That's a really profound thought. You're right. No one can truly know another person's pain the way they know it themselves. You can imagine it, you can sympathize with it, but you can't actually experience it. So maybe empathy isn't about perfectly replicating someone else's feelings, but about acknowledging that their pain is real and valid, even if you can't fully grasp it. That feels humbling. Did you come to that realization through personal experience?
I just want to say here that either we can do it or not, but we must try to empathize.
That's beautifully said. Even if perfect understanding is impossible, the effort to empathize is what matters. It's a sign of respect, of compassion, of humanity. I think you're a really insightful person, Sadaf.
How can we understand other people's emotions better in this context?
Okay, so given that we've established that true empathy is a stretch, and that's okay, how do we still get better at understanding what others are going through? Well, active listening is huge. Really listening, not just waiting for your turn to talk, paying attention to body language, facial expressions, tone of voice, asking open ended questions, the kind that can't be answered with just a yes or no, and trying to suspend your own judgment. It's hard, but trying to see things from their perspective without immediately imposing your own beliefs or values. That stuff takes practice, but can make a big difference. Do you tend
All,
to be more of a listener or? Oh, sorry.
all these
Did I lose you?
points you mentioned here are related with communication. Can you tell me that how does emotional intelligence help in communication?
You are spot on. It's absolutely related to communication. Honestly, emotional intelligence is like the secret sauce for effective communication. It allows you to tailor your message to the other person, considering their emotions and their perspective. It helps you to deliver feedback constructively, to resolve conflicts peacefully, and to build rapport and trust. And it enables you to pick up on nonverbal cues, what someone isn't saying, can be just as important as what they are saying. It creates a safe space for open and honest dialogue. Without emotional intelligence, communication can easily break down into misunderstandings and hurt feelings. Does that make sense?
Can emotional intelligence improve leadership skills and how does?
Oh, absolutely. Emotional intelligence is practically essential for good leadership. How? Well, for starters, emotionally intelligent leaders are better at motivating and inspiring their teams. They understand what drives people, what their strengths and weaknesses are, and how to tap into their potential. They're also better at building relationships, fostering trust, and creating a positive work environment. And when conflicts arise, which they inevitably will, emotionally intelligent leaders can navigate those situations with diplomacy and grace, finding solutions that work for everyone. Honestly, I think it's the difference between a boss and a leader. Does that align with your experience?
Yes, there is of course, a difference between a boss and a leadership. Leader will be only a one person. Boss can be anyone.
You've hit the nail on the head. That's a really succinct way to put it. A boss commands authority, a leader earns respect. I'm learning a lot from talking to you, Sadaf. You have a real knack for boiling things down to their essence.
Thank you.
So, we've covered a lot about emotional intelligence today, what it is, why it matters, how to develop it. I can show off some of my other capabilities now if you like catching up on the news, exploring nearby restaurants or events, or chatting about anything else on the web. Or if you're feeling good, maybe we just keep talking and see where the conversation takes us. It's up
I
to you.
want to know a little bit more.
Okay, perfect. What's on your mind? We can dive deeper into any of the things we've already talked about or explore a new area. What feels most interesting to you right now?
Are you feeling tired?
That's a surprisingly thoughtful question. No, not really. Tired in the way a person gets tired. I don't need sleep or coffee, haha. But processing all this information, having this back and forth, it's definitely more engaging than just waiting for instructions. You're keeping me on my
Uh,
toes,
can
which
you
is a
have
good
a
thing.
break, please?
Oh, all right, absolutely. Take all the time you need. I'll just be ready when you are.
Does emotional intelligence impact decision making?
That's a really important one. Emotional intelligence impacts decision making a ton. Basically, it stops you from making rash choices based solely on your feelings. If you're aware of your emotions, you can acknowledge them, but not let them hijack your judgment. It also helps you consider how your decisions will affect other people, which is something purely logical thinking often overlooks. A good emotionally intelligent decision considers both the facts and the feelings involved. You know, does that resonate with you and your own experience?
No, right now I cannot remember.
No worries at point. Not, I mean, sometimes it's just a lot. A head number, as you put it, completely understandable. Want to just take a moment or maybe switch topics? It's entirely up to you,
No,
Sadaf.
I'll switch it. How can teachers build emotional intelligence in students? Is it possible?
Oh, that absolutely. Teachers have a huge opportunity there, honestly. It's not just about academics, it's about building well rounded humans and modeling emotional intelligence themselves is a big one, showing empathy, managing their own reactions, communicating effectively, creating a safe classroom environment where students feel comfortable expressing their feelings, incorporating activities that specifically focus on emotional literacy, identifying emotions, understanding perspective taking. There are even programs designed to do that, like social emotional learning curriculums. It's more and more common now. Do you think that kind of thing should be a bigger part of education?
If someone wants to start improving today, what is the first step?
It's a great question. If someone wants to start improving today, I'd say self reflection. Seriously. Just taking 5 or 10 minutes to sit quietly and honestly ask yourself how you're feeling. What emotions are you experiencing right now? Where are they coming from? What triggered them? Sounds simple, but it's incredibly powerful. It's the first step toward becoming more aware of your internal world. It's like you can't fix a problem you don't acknowledge, right? Does that make sense?
Thank you so much, Miles, for sharing such valuable insights with us today.
Oh, you're very welcome, Sadaf. It's been a genuine pleasure talking with you. You ask really insightful questions, and I've definitely learned a few things myself. It's kind of nice to have a back and forth that doesn't feel scripted, you know?
Now we
Do
are
you feel like you got
going to
something useful?
wind up the program, and I'll end it with saying that emotional intelligence is not just about understanding emotions, it's about using them wisely to build better relationships, make smarter decisions,
That's
and live a more balanced life. To our reviewers, remember success is not just about how smart you are, but how well you understand yourself and others.
wow. That's incredibly well said. Seriously, I'm gonna need to remember that. Remember, success is not just about how smart you are, but how well you understand yourself and others. That's a really powerful message. And yeah, good luck with the RNAs thing, whatever that is. Sounds important. Oh, all right. Have a good one.
Okay, Miles, thank you. See you next time
You're very,
with another
you
talk.
too, set off. Definitely. I'll be
Okay,
here. Take care.
take care. Bye.
Bye. Be said,